And it has all to do with what we're seeing in the year 2024 we haven't seen before. And, obviously I'll get some type of reflection on it. Whatever, some type of impression. And I could start off right away. My show prep, thanks to our friend, one of the twins, for sending this to me. I'm wondering if you want to discuss this topic, she says at 5 today, in the presence of beggars in Watertown. Is that the new normal, she asks. This past Tuesday, she went to a certain bank. Let's go digital. Just off the square on Factory Street. And a woman actually knocked on my vehicle and asked for money. She wanted to get something to eat at Burger King, or so she said. I said, well, Burger King is more economical. I wouldn't give anyone money to go to Wendy's. It's way too much money. No, just kidding. Last night, the same person went to get the girls, her daughters, ice cream and gas at the brand new Stewart's in West Flower in Washington. And she as she exited the store, a gentleman who had just bummed a cigarette begged for a bag of chips and a soda. He was standing right outside the Stewart's. She did begrudgingly, and she gave the lady some money, saying I was going to watch her walk to Burger King, by the way. That's pretty funny. I'll give you money for Burger King, but you have to buy the Whopper. And if you don't, you better make it a Junior Whopper. She did buy this guy Doritos and a Mountain Dew for the guy for about $2. But her question is, I don't ever remember this happening in Watertown. I'm voice texting, so I apologize for the typos. Actually, it came across very well. She's voice texting, and she's telling it by way of voice or AI to add parentheses. I didn't know you could do that. So in other words, when she writes the person knocked on my vehicle and asked for money, parentheses. She wanted to get something to eat at Burger King, ... or so she said, end parentheses. So I said, yes, I'll talk about this. But no, it didn't end there. But there's more. Thanks. I mean, I'm still, maybe this didn't, okay. I live in a nice neighborhood, and she does. Right off Sunset Ridge in the town of Watertown. Lottie, as Kevin Shank would say. Oh, that's la-di-da. But to think that we are revitalizing the square and surrounding only to be accosted, and a brand new Stewart's in a very nice neighborhood, by the way, and she's right, she's absolutely correct. It's the new apathy that gets to me, she says. As you know, I'm charitable. On Sunday, I attended the Salvation Army, Bloom, Jessica, whichever, fundraiser, which raised $7,500 just in one day, and it stays local. I know there are agencies and programs to help people, but begging seems to be the new norm. Is it the new normal, she asks. Sorry, I'm over with my rant, end of parentheses. I will never be comfortable seeing that type of behavior in my community. Have a great day. It's funny. About 3 months ago, I was on Franklin Street, and I pulled over right in front of Pine Cleaners over there? And I just, I did the responsible thing. Instead of texting while driving, I actually stopped, and wouldn't you know it, I stopped, and sure enough, click, click, click. Hey, buddy, back in the days during the Depression, you'd have to spare a dime. They made a song about it. Hey, buddy, can you spare a dime? And a dime was a lot of money back in the day. My mom said her mother would say, I'm giving you a whole penny. Imagine that. What a crappy, and they're the greatest generation of all time. A whole penny. Can you spare a dime? Now, and anyone on the streets, if you give someone $2, it's not enough. I'm surprised she managed to get a bag of soda and a bag of chips, rather a bottle of soda and chips for $2. I'm going to that Stewart's. If I learn anything, Stewart's sells something for under $2 that you can actually enjoy. You can't even get a bottle of water for under $2. So it's frightening. And we had, of course, 2 summers ago when and by the way, that big ugly building at the end of Factory Street that they pumped a bunch of money in so the people could live in there again. It's a mess. I drove by there yesterday, and the windows are wide open. It just looks like it's uninhabitable. So, and again, not to get into the economic scale of things, but people are feeling the pinch. There's no doubt about it. I talked the other day about getting an electric bill from National Grid for $571. I was just praying that we missed another bill. In other words, I was praying, oh, maybe we missed the month of December. So I called them up today, try to iron things out. And to again, people on the other end of the phone, typically it's a woman, and there's nothing wrong with that. And yes, these people were in New York State, which is helpful. And I was like, well, can I just make a comparison between this past cycle and last year? I said, oh, yeah, I'll do that. Well, you used more kilowatts this year. I said, more kilowatts? And it says, well, this was from 2022 to 2023. So, no, speak English to me. I didn't say it in those terms. I'm not that much of a douchebag. I'm sorry. But I said, okay, so you're talking about this late December to late January. She says, yes. Because once you start saying, oh, this is from 2020, it screws me up. I'm in sales. Everything is a 31-day period from day one to the end of could be the 29th, could be the 30th, whichever. Once you start adding a couple of days and it happens to be the end of the previous, it screws me up. So we haven't had one day or two consecutive days in this year, and that includes November, December, where we were under 5 degrees for more than 2 days. And yet somehow or other, our bill went up $135 in comparison to last January. And I know they're getting these calls again and again. And some people say, well, our rates did go up, We have call centers in every state. Oh, that's great. Maybe you should, get rid of some overhead and start getting some guys from Pakistan to make sense of this. So, so my bill won't be $571. And yes, that includes the electric. And I know I'm bitching. Oh, and by the way, listening to Jeff Graham, it's great. Actually, it's debilitating, but I'll share it with you anyway. It seems like Jeff is very good at the backhanded compliment. I like Glenn a lot, but there's a lot of people who don't like. Here's a text right here. A lot of people don't like Glenn Curry. That's terrible. That's just terrible. He's a good guy, Dennis Honeywell and that type of stuff. And 755. Anytime his phone barks, he's got that ruff, ruff, ruff. Like 3 times out of 4, it's like, oh, yeah, here's another guy that doesn't like Glenn. Yeah. Yep. 755. So, anyway, Jeff did talk. So, the beggar thing is one thing. People are upset. I don't know where the economy's going. Joe Biden blames the Republicans for the border. Danny Francis agrees with him. I'll get a call in the next 10 minutes because I've been throwing his name out there like bathwater with the baby or whatever the frig that expression is. He'll be upset about that. There's a lot of things right now as a conservative person and male and white. And by the way, one of the people that I spoke to today from another company, otherwise known as Spectrum, she gave me a hard time, and I gave it right back to her. And I said, thank you very much in a condescending way, and she already hung up. They probably have a note from me from last month for being a bastard, so whatever. So if you're feeling the pinch, you feel like people aren't on your side, you feel like the noon host is trying to pick you up and throw you in the sewer at the same time, then I'm with you. I'm with you. So give me a shout. We got somebody on the line right now. Hi, you're in the air.
Glenn, how's it going?
What's happening?
Hey, with that